that front, but mostly he's fighting you in a relatively fair way.
Yeah,
besides the loft.
Yeah, exactly, and that's something that we'll be seeing as we get later into this first game, or we might not even see a WAP. We'll see as we get into game number 1 between Glutonny and SPors, as Glutonny starts off with an air there, but no big extension, and already SPors playing very heavily into this tilt game plan, which is very, very strong on Kirby. You know, the first one was good.
My man's just tilted 5 times in a row. He knows what he wants.
Yeah, you don't want to jump. You don't want to air joust versus Gluto's Wario. You want to stay on the ground where your tilts have really long range and enough range to beat out Wario's even longer range moves because it's just so much faster.
Yep. And I do believe we are going to see that strategy I talked about earlier, is the camping from Wario, because it feels like Gluto does not want to directly contest with Kirby's really ridiculous tilts, and we see him waiting a lot. You know, it's like instead of trying to approach, trying to figure out when SPors is going to throw out an option, or trying to go on defense a little bit, and they're doing a great job of that already. Though picking up the bike damage, got a lot of mileage, no pun intended, out of that first bike, and I think that will be something we see a lot of. Kirby's going to have a hard time dealing with that right now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if you're able to get out of that ledge trap, is what I wanted to say, because Gluto is able to find that back air on that roll in and control pretty well. But SPors, I mean, hasn't found a lot of success in the air-to-air game, and I think that's something that can be a little scary because you have to rely on a more linear game plan as Kirby when you're only relying on the tilt, and Gluto is going to be a very good player at breaking that mold. Constantly here. We see a mid-waft is charged up for Glutonny, so maybe at 80-90% you'll get a confirm into it, but probably not. I think Glutonny is in a pretty solid spot to build a full waft here.
Yeah, I mean, I think usually Gluto tries to say that for the last stock, but when he's up this far, he might just pull out a half waft if he sees the opportunity to put you on last stock, and then he has even the chance for a whole nother half waft if it goes that far. But we do see the full one charged up right now, but a back air is going to get that second stock. Gluto home free, honestly, in this game.
Wario might have a 0 to death on Kirby with full waft. I'm not 100% sure, but it definitely, once you get to 20%, you will get KO'd off of a majority of the aerials from Wario. So right now, as SPors, you're essentially almost last hit. It's very, very difficult to make this comeback happen, but you can never count players out for sure.
Yeah, once again, this fight being so difficult for Kirby to joust with, as he has just not quite enough range to beat it out, but decides to pick it up himself, throws it up in the air, but okay, just trying to fight that out with that neutral air. Once again, the bite coming out. This has been actually one of the most bitey matches I've seen out of Gluto. He's gotten 4 bites already in this one game. And okay, up throw 175, that's one way to get it done, but not what you want most of the games versus Wario, a character who, wow, apparently can kill you at 75 with just a back air, no waft needed. Just what you were talking about, BJ.
Yeah, it's been very difficult for SPors to find comfort in the air game, and that's one of the things that Kirby, from the outside looking in, or if you think about it has multiple jumps, should be a very good air-to-air fighter, but Wario just has incredible air acceleration, which is such an important thing versus Kirby. If you're not able to outrange Kirby outright, you want to be able to outmove Kirby, and I think you're seeing Glutonny really display that Wario is able to do that.
Yeah, go into this next game here. I think that one of the major things that it seemed like Gluto did after he sort of got a beat on SPors is recovery and defensive habits was just go for these really big reads. We saw a lot of down tilt into read your roll, back air. We saw a lot of catching the jumps in the corner with back air, and it was just really the aggression dialed up a lot after the first stock. And I'm wondering if SPors can, try to change those defensive habits a little bit and try to force Glutos to do a little bit more work in getting these stocks.
Yeah, as we go into Smash Roll here. So as I was talking about, the counterplay versus Kirby conventionally is outrange or outmove. On a smaller stage, I think Kirby's going to have a lot better chance at closing in the distance versus Wario, but you can definitely still find struggles, as Glutonny is going to be very proficient at using that middle platform to really make it difficult for SPors to get any tilt open.
Yeah, I mean, Kirby's love this stage. This stage is one of their favorites. Mm-hmm. But I mean, Gluto's actually fairly astute to the stage as well, so I'm not surprised that this went unbanned. But also, Gluto right now is actually dead even a little bit behind SPors. So finding something out a little bit different, and that forward smash. I love the defensive changes here. We've been seeing a lot more dash backs out of SPors as opposed to dash ups, which we've been doing a lot in the previous game. So I'm liking how he's dealing with Gluto's pressure. Let's see if he can get out of the corner. Yes, it's the forward air off the ledge. It's proven so effective so far by SPors.
So the back air comes in on the bike, and it does explode, but Glutonny poised to close out the stock in this ledge trap. We'll see what SPors does. Goes for the forward smash out of the corner, going for the big haymaker there. Didn't find the connection, and I think that's one of those things where, you know, you think you have a read on a player, but it's just such a, you know, high risk, high reward option where it's like, I don't know, maybe it's not worth going for it, because right now Glutonny, you know, having not only the stock lead, but also just extending the time and building that extra off, which we didn't see in the last game, but in a closer game will definitely be a difference maker.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, he goes for the fair waft there, but it seems like somehow SPors ended up pancaking it with a little bit, was crouching under it, didn't get flipped by it. So good, good spot for SPors to be in, but still has to find the stock. And we saw last game, it was so difficult for him to find the killing blow. Gluto was incredibly evasive. Needing to go for a throw at 175%, you cannot be getting all of your stocks like that. Finally, a back air at the high percentage, gets the job done. And still though, full stock behind DJ.
Wait, did Gluto try to Kirby the Kirby?
I think he did.
That was
I
insane.
think it was. All right, I want to suck you off the stage, and the Gluto's like, no, let me bite it.
I was gonna say, like, is there even a I guess Inhale's worse than Bite on Wario. I was thinking like Kirby does just get another form of the Inhale when you do the absorb ability, but I don't think we're gonna be seeing that here.
That would have been fun. I actually have never seen Kirby with Wario's Bite before. That would be really fun.
Yeah, I don't think we see much Kirby, unfortunately. I think that's one of the cool, I mean, obviously the coolest thing about Kirby is that, but so far, definitely struggling here versus Glutonny. I mean, you did take a stock, and it's not as bad as the last game, but we'll see if Glutonny can tap in this edge guard, and it's looking real bad as you are out of jumps and maybe out of options. The down air comes in to stall in the air, and that's a nice down air, but the last hitbox does connect and doesn't get find a grab. Goes for the forward tilt to rinse and repeat the ledge trap. It doesn't work out there, and Glutonny is able to survive once again.
Yeah, back air here. Going high for Wario. I really like that option out of Gluto, just finding his way out of there. All right. I didn't even see what move came out. Was it
back
off?
air?
Was it back air? Okay, because I think he traded. So like by the time the kill screen was up, it was just completely gone. And hey, we got the crane cam. Shout out to the crane cam. Everybody, put your cranes in chat. I don't know if there's a crane emote, but I want there to be.
C for the crane. Shout out. Drop some C's in the chat for the crane.
C's. Put your C's in the chat for the crane. Yeah. The crowd already here. I mean, this is just round one pools. And earlier, you know, it was a little bit empty, but now once a couple matches have filtered through, players are already showing up to support their boys. And we are into game 3 here. And this is what I was talking about. The big damage output, the 66% off of a single combo. That's what you need every time you hit him at your SPors. But right back is Glutonny. 55% already, 72 answered back here, DJ.
I like that from SPors not going for the immediate up B and an attempt to maybe get some cheeky extra damage. Glutonny ready to hit that forward tilt on those high recoveries, and maybe not even high recovery, just an aggressive option off the ledge in general as Glutonny sets up a good spot. Attempted to go for the footstool there, didn't find the footstool, but punished the subsequent because you're just so in control there as Wario, a great ledge trapping character. And I think really the thing you're going to be relying on for Glutonny here in this match, and we've been seeing it already pay off in a big way. No air dodge coverage there, just how much air drift Wario gets even off of a neutral air dodge.
Yep. Oh, big yeah, the bike is just such a stage hazard once Wario has it in his hands. It's actually SPors has been playing with the bike pretty well, but I mean, no one's going to be quite as astute with it as Gluto is. Trying to get that dash attack, good reaction by Gluto to get out of there. And now, oh, the waft. A little bit awkward of a usage there. Not quite sure what he's going for, but SPors is still going to get the stock at a relatively healthy percent.
I think that was a misinput. I think he tried to do drop through the platform neutrally.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, so
I was like, I don't know what he's cooking.
I don't know where the waft was going for, but like, good for him, I guess.
It covered a decent amount of the platform. I mean, if Glutonny's doing it, you know, we all have to second guess if maybe it was a good option.
For sure.
The Wario goat for a reason, but right now, I mean, a very tough spot to be in as SPors, who's just constantly swinging and trying to get any form of damage out of Gluto. But Gluto, I mean, it's like squeezing water from a stone, just very, very controlled all the time.
Yeah, very difficult to find a big opening on Gluto. As we've seen, And he's just playing really defensively in the corner right now, just using those tilts to get out of there. But finally gets to the center stage, gets the grab, and now sets up the bike. And this bike, I feel like, has been so dangerous. The Windbox shoots the bike completely off the stage, but unfortunately for SPors, does not catch Gluto in it. And now Gluto up 2 stocks to 1 once again. SPors finds himself quite far behind this game.
Okay, nice grab there. Goes for the up throw into the up air. Some nice damage in a juggle state for Gluto, who has not only been showing off pretty crazy combo game, but also really solid advantage state versus Kirby, a character with lackluster air acceleration.
Yeah, and that's been proven so detrimental for SPors. Multiple times Gluto has just caught a jump in the corners with the back air, being able to cover so much with his own aerial speed. But okay, this has actually been